Here we go, go, go. That's it. We are live. Today is Tuesday, the 17th of July, 2018. And on the panel today, we have Astral and Patricia and Flat Earth Dude. And of course, special guests are John Smith, Globe Light, Harry and Aaron and Mark. All the way from Venice.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Great, thank you. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, good to see you guys. Good to see you.
Great, man. You guys are got to be loving it out there and hating it because it's a lot of work, but it's so energizing to see what you're doing. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for your appreciation.
All
the way from California.
I could just say that Mark's heavily loaded with the cold. So we might need some translations.
Oh.
So he's a real trooper. He's still going. He's not gone home yet. So.
I can hear that. I'm not good at accents, but I was doing a bad one.
So you've experienced a bit of rain the last couple of days, then?
Yeah, luckily mostly at night time, but apart from that, it's been beautiful weather.
Yeah,
been really lucky.
It destroyed the tent as well, so we've been using duct tape to hold the tents together.
Very strong winds.
Yeah, 2 broken tents.
So, what's it been like, guys, then? Especially, like, obviously, Harry does a lot anyway, but what about you two? This would have been your first sort of big trip with Activism, so what's it been like for both of you?
Yeah, it's been great. Hard work. Harry's a tough taskmaster.
I only used to whip one smart. Come on.
But it's great. We've had the rain, the midges, the sunshine. We've had people that are very responsive to us. We've also had some very aggressive people. But all in all, it's been a brilliant trip.
I was just saying before we went live that you walk up to people and you say, well, what do you think you live on? And they go, oh, a globe, a ball, whatever it is. And then as you're talking to them, they go, oh, wow, I didn't believe the moon thing. Oh, I didn't believe that. Oh, yeah. By the end of it, they sound like a flat earther.
Well, that's your hope, isn't it? It's a hope that you have some influence that people start thinking about new information and maybe challenge their preconceived ideas about what they already think. So that's great when that happens.
Yeah. You can usually gauge quite early on if someone's going to be open to what you're saying.
Well, I very much appreciate you taking this time to come and be on the hangout with us. And Roxanne's in the chat room.
Hi, Roxanne.
Hey, Roxanne.
Yeah, we can't see the chat room, by the way. So.
Rocks.
It's in the lid. Obviously, Flat Earth Dude's in there. Chillster, Paquette. He's in there, or they're in there, should I say? I don't want to say he or she, because usually you make a mistake. There you go. Roxanne's putting lots of cuddles out in the chat room.
She's supposed to be on here.
So
Glenn.
She's on her phone.
Yeah, she should be there with that word, Glenn.
Oh, yeah, true. Hey, can I ask you something, gentlemen? Excuse me. I was wondering, whilst you're out there talking to people, okay, you can sort of figure out this person could turn, and become red pilled quite easily. This person, a little bit tricky, but maybe they'll think about it probably. And then you get some that are, no, this person, no, they're iron. I'm just thinking, like, yeah, I know it's work, but wouldn't it be fun if you could, like, make some sort of a statistical chart, 20-year-olds or 0 to 20, 20 to 50, or whatever age categories you want to have, male, female,
Yeah.
Keep it like that, simple.
And they've had a good
Just
mix.
to see kind of a
young and older.
Yeah, but I'm not saying do it, but I'm just saying for fun. You're out there, and I know that you're talking to somebody, but if you're in a group of, let's say, 5 people or 10 people or even 100 people, flat earthers, how many people could be affected, right? So it's like survey-wise. I mean, we used to do surveys when we were at school, so I know all about making surveys and shit, but you can be very thorough, and they do tell quite a lot. I mean, they're still doing it, aren't they, with data mining? It's just a modern day version of it, basically.
Yeah, I think we would need more activists. Maybe somebody could do a PhD on it. If there's some PhD student out there, they could come up and monitor their activism. But I don't think it can be, there's not any particular age or type of person. No. You know, it could be a young person, an old person who's either open or totally against what you say.
Yeah, but sorry to interrupt you. That what you say about having a PhD, what does that validify? Validify. It doesn't validify anything. It's just 3 letters after your, you know, your name.
No,
if you want.
that's what you do for a PhD. You go and you.
Yeah. But it doesn't make that person any smarter, really.
No, I'm certainly not saying that.
No. But I'm just thinking, like, you know, we have people within the community, within Flat Earth, that are very, very qualified, very, very skilled. Take Aaron Krychuk, for example. That guy knows science, you know. He knows physics. Very intelligent. You know, people like that, they are an asset.
Dave Marsh.
He's active as well. Yes.
Just saying. So, which islands have you been to? I know I asked you this before, but the chat room are here now. What islands have you been to, and what islands are you going to?
Sorry, can we just say that Aaron's been made an ordinary Scotsman? He's saying he's not really confident, but he knows
just
where
in
he's
the places that we've been to, because I'm not driving, so I'm not really paying full attention. So, and John's been to these areas before, so it's just like second nature to him. Yeah, there's none of us looking at maps. He just takes us there and we're there for the day.
Well, I can give you an itinerary of where we've been. So
Go on then.
We started off in Callander. Then we moved up to Fort William, then Fort Augustus, then Skye, then the Outer Hebrides, back to Skye, and now we're here in Inverness.
We stopped in Dingwall, but that was a bit non-starter, really, wasn't it? It was really
Dingwall is a dead town.
Apologies to anybody from Dingwall.
Which islands have you got to go to yet?
Orkney, the Orkney Isles. It's right at the top of Scotland.
And I quite liked the other day when you were talking with the guy with the bagpipes.
Oh yeah,
he's great. Yeah.
What a character, yeah.
Where were you for that one?
Sorry, Karen?
Where were you when you were filming him?
It's a place called Glengarry, just in the middle of nowhere, basically on the way to Fort Augustus from Skye. So yeah, he just stands there and plays the bagpipes, just like a street person does. So he gets all the tour buses coming in. So we looked at his box actually, and it's a lot of money there, wasn't it?
It's full of £20 notes. Yeah.
Really? It must have been good then.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we just finished the Skye video, but I've still to upload it. I'll do that later tonight. But I mean, some of the scenery in Skye is just absolutely breathtaking. And so we climbed this famous Old Manor Store. It's a rock standing up on its own, huge rock. And Mark and Aaron took the banner up and put it around it, and we used a drone for coming in and filming it. And it's really spectacular scenery.
Oh, it sounds lovely.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if no one's seen that film clip, it really looks actually very good. You know, it's amazing what those drones can do, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, it's quite nice you've got that drone, isn't it?
Yeah, it just gives it more perspective, you know, than a handheld camera does. It just gives it more aerial density and
it looks like you're being filmed. I mean, I know you are being filmed, but it looks like, you know, because usually you've got the camera, whereas that's filming you. Yeah,
absolutely. You can actually get it just to follow you. You know, you can set them up just to follow you automatically. I didn't do it on this occasion. I was just filming Aaron and Mark climbing the hills. So. Yeah.
And just to let you know that I've put a little sort of category on Sun and Moon about obviously activism. So your videos are on Sun and Moon on the homepage.
Oh, thank you very much, Karen.
The links to your videos.
That's brilliant. Oh, we're hoping this one's going to be the best one yet, and we upload it later tonight.
So generally, I mean, I know we were talking a little bit before you came on, but so generally, I know that Astral said do a survey, but what's your general take on the people themselves up there?
Versatile. You can't really generalise on any age, because you get the young ones that are woke, but then you get an old person that's woke. So the percentages are quite even across the board, but low. Maybe 15% are willing to listen to what you've got to say. And I think that's all right. Most people just ignore you. Put the blinkers on, don't even acknowledge you're there.
Yeah. I think Fort William has been my favourite place so far. That's where we met the teacher, who was a flat earther. We also met another girl who was a flat earther. We also met some right head cases as well. But you get both ends of the spectrum.
Some professional trolls.
Yes. Yeah. We had quite a severe troll, in Stornoway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But there's many earthers that we've met who are not willing to go on camera. So that's a bit of a shame we couldn't film them, but there must have been quite a few.
There's some real good people that we interviewed, but they don't want to be on camera, so there's a percentage that are missing there.
There was one in particular, Harry, should I mention him?
Yeah, what else?
Discreetly.
That's sensitive.
Yeah, very sensitive.
No, he's not visually being seen, though, is he? Just
when we were on our
information.
When we were on our travels doing some activism, we came across quite a big named actor, and he told us that he was a flat earther.
Really?
Sadly,
nice.
He was. We promised we'd keep it a secret.
I asked him, do you know anybody else in the profession that flat earthers as well? And he was shaking his head. He said that obviously I can't say publicly because I'm in the public eye. And I thought that was a shame, but obviously we can't say who he was.
Well, it's a well-known actor. You would all know who he was.
Oh, that's
great. Scottish actor or an English actor or a foreign actor?
I don't want
to. Has he got blue eyes?
What colour is his hair?
Can't remember what colour eyes did Sean have.
So Harry, where's your favourite place been then?
Skye. Skye. I love Skye anyway, and although we're doing street activism, part of it is showing off some amazing places in Scotland, and I think the footage we got from Skye, I think, is just so beautiful. It's such a dramatic island, and I think it's the first time Aaron's been there. So it's show people. I love showing people how beautiful it is, because it's everywhere.
Where are you guys right now exactly?
Inverness. We're in the Flat Earth shop.
You're in a Flat Earth shop now.
Second.
What?
Possibly the only flat earth shop in the world.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to give us a little bit of a tour, man.
Yeah, exactly the same thing I was going to say. We need to have a wild tour now, please.
Yeah, this is a Flat Earth shop tour. The only one in the world that we know of.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mess.
Sharp as a marble.
This is like a scoop, man. This is great.
Cool. Awesome.
I'll mute. You.
So the merchandise there.
What are those books, man? What kind of books are you guys selling there?
He's got everything from flat earth to vaccines,
conspiracy books,
conspiracies.
The guy who wrote this book, so
can I just come in there and read a couple of those books?
Yes. It's a drop-in centre. Come along. Do you see this?
He owns a shop.
It's Richard,
you got to wake him up.
No, this is Richard Brickett, who wrote this book.
Yeah.
He owns the shop.
It's a flat earth awakening.
Yeah.
Where's he at?
Well, he had to run away, so
He had to run away.
got
Can he run back?
well,
Did he fall off the edge? What happened?
I think he's got family.
Okay.
Down visiting him. So.
Wow, that's really nice looking right there.
Yeah, it's very tasty.
So they're quite successful then.
Yes, absolutely. And so many people just come into the shop just for a chat, a cup of coffee.
That is really cool looking, man.
We'll let you see the shop.
I want to. Coming outside. Is that your guys' van there?
No, that's somebody else's.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is fabulous.
Very nice.
I can't believe I want to go there so bad. It's just, I feel like I'm at home.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, congratulations on that.
Amazing. I've never seen a flat earth shop before.
There's one of
your first.
But I have now.
Yeah, this is great.
You know, you can come in for a coffee or tea. There's a kitchen, toilet.
Read a book. You got some Wi-Fi over there?
Yeah, just chill out and.
Nice. Watch some YouTube videos.
Watch any videos. Yeah.
You should have the Globe Lies playing on that TV right now.
Absolutely.
Right?
Is the shop still open then,
should be like a 24-hour.
Yeah. If somebody comes in now, then we'll invite them in, yeah.
All right, yeah. That would be cool.
Get them live in the hangout.
Yeah, I would love to say hi.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Nice to sit down on a sofa as well.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you put down.
So you guys had some rain and you were using duct tape just like NASA, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It blew off in a 30-mile-an-hour wind, though.
You could find any tinfoil, though.
Right, you got to have this little tinfoil.
Yeah, we got the mix wrong.
We saw that NASA could build a lunar lander, so we thought it would hold together our tents.
Yeah, you should make up a tent that looks like a lunar lander. That would be cool.
Probably will be by the end of the trip.
Say, do you think this thing could land on the moon? Nope.
We'll hang a lemon on it saying no, it'll never hang again.
No.
There's somebody from Glasgow in the chat room.
Sorry, Ken?
What's your dog's name?
He's from Glasgow. He says, greetings from Glasgow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, greetings, I'm from Glasgow too.
Is that Sean Connery? No. Is that what's your dog's name?
Tara.
Tara.
Yeah.
Oh, well, beautiful dog.
He's a flat earth dog.
Yeah, he needs a shirt like you guys.
Yeah.
So, were you guys? Is this is about your sixth, seventh day out there?
Well, I don't know.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Day 9.
I did 2 more days before in Southport.
Oh, yeah. Aaron did some street activism in Southport. So.
With Dave Marsh and Victoria, Tom, a few others.
That's fabulous. How many more days?
We're doing it to the 19th. Mark has to be back at work for the 20th, so we do it a bit longer, but Mark's only letting us do it till 20th. Let's go back to work.
Yeah, blame me.
Yeah.
So we're having a fabulous time, though. It's really a fantastic trip.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks great. Thank you for sharing it with everybody. It's great to see all the people out there that are coming up out of the blue, like flat earthers, just walking up and going, "Hey, I'm a flat earther."
Yeah, amazing.
And that's a new kind of a trend. I mean, in the past, I've watched a lot of your stuff, and you have to talk to them for like hours sometimes.
It feels like hours.
It feels like hours, right? And now you get people come up and go, "Yeah, man, I'm a flat earther." And
It's like, sorry, Josh, to interrupt. Look, not Josh.
Ken.
Flat Earth dude. Kenny, yeah. I bumped into some guys the other day and I asked them, and one guy said, "Yeah, of course it's flat, you know." And he was only young. He was, I don't know, 20 or something, if that. So people are, you know, knowing about it, and the other guys knew about it, but they didn't believe it and all that shit. But of course they'll look into it, you know. And one guy's been turned out of the three there. That ain't bad, is it? Third.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you look at the amount of people that you meet today compared to say maybe 2-3 years ago, so that gives me hope that it's growing steadily.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, it's getting easier as well. I mean, people are coming asking questions now. But
well, you guys have answered those questions 1,000 times each, so.
Well, the questions are getting better now because they know what to expect because they're going online and seeing 10 proofs it isn't flat and they're coming to us with these. But we've heard them all before, so they're easily debunked.
Yeah, everything comes. That's but you guys doing that, it helps us out here deal with people because, you know, sometimes we get stumped, man. We don't know what to say, and we don't like that. We like to know the answers to a lot of these questions. So thank you for doing that. It helps me. I know that.
That's great.
And I think you have to be honest as well. If you don't know the answer, just say you don't know. You know, we've only been researching this for a few years. The global eyes existed for hundreds of years. So we don't have all the answers.
No, we don't. But we're getting there, man. I feel like we're getting so much information now. And pieces are coming together.
Yeah, it's exciting times.
Some good researchers out there doing their stuff. So they've all got a part to play.
Yeah, we've all got our part to play.
Yeah, I'd really like to see you guys one time just get some lab coats and a clipboard and kind of look real scientific and say, yeah, you know, don't use flat earth. Just go. We're scientists. We're doing a study on whether people
chemtrails are being done now
on the globe. We're doing a study. We're trying to find the curve. I don't know, something like that. But
human studies.
We're here to tell you it's flat.
Yeah. As serious as possible, though.
We did do an experiment in the last video. Did you see that?
Not yet. I'm about one behind, and I got to catch up today.
We've not got the lab coats, but we're trying to be as scientific as possible with it.
You had a lab coat?
We don't have a lab coat.
Oh, okay. All right. Well.
Yeah, and although us three out here did Activism, you know, we're of course not the only ones. There's a lot of people now in the UK all doing activism around the country, and it's including Roxanne there is coming on in the chat room. But there's just so many people from Victoria, Tom, and Joohn. There's just so many to mention, you know.
Right, too many.
Yeah,
that's great. I'd rather have that problem than the other problem.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be able to say that there's so many people doing it now that I'd be scared to mention. Maybe even I'm forgetting even Plain Ranger down in Isle of Wight. But the length and breadth of the country, there's so many people doing it now, and it's just so encouraging to see. And of course, we've got 2 in Canada, 1 in America doing tremendous work.
Yeah, Josh Swiss out there, Authentic Intent. Yeah, he
brilliant Joe.
Man, he is brutally. I love him, man. I love that guy.
Yeah, and he's such a nice human being as well to go with it.
Yes, yeah, and he's pretty straightforward. If you don't know him, you know, he can rub you a little like, whoa. Where's this guy coming from? John, you're a little softer, man. A little softer. It's okay.
We've got flat smacking going on in Canada as well. And
who's doing that?
Well, have you heard of them? No? Flat smack?
No.
Oh, God, I've even forgotten his YouTube channel's name.
It's okay.
He's very prominent. He's out there every day talking to everybody.
There's a realm walker in Chicago as well.
Realm walker. So that's the three: realm walker and
I thought take a tent.
So there's three of them across the Atlantic. They're doing fantastic work. So they're quite inspirational and inspiring to see that happening.
Is that Falker?
Yeah, Falker. Sorry,
that's
Falker.
it.
Okay, sorry, it's nothing personal, but I'm dyslexic. I can never remember.
It's okay. So am I. I'm the same way. You know, we can't remember everything. There's too much.
I think I've got past calling Roxanne Roseanne now. I know she's Roxanne, but it's just because I know someone, I see her quite regularly. She's called Roseanne. I just go Roseanne.
Yeah, I think in fact you even called her something and another name the other day. I'm not correct. It might have sounded like you might have done. No, and I was just laughing because you make me giggle, Karen. You do.
Roxanne. There you go, Roxanne.
And my apologies to Flat Falker. It's just I've got to think about saying that word before I express it.
Exactly.
So, but watch his channel if nobody's seeing it because he's out there constantly. He just talks to everybody. He doesn't sort of choose really. He just goes about his day. He's talking to everyone. He's doing tremendous work.
Hey, every bit helps. Everybody doing some part to wake people up, man.
Conspiracy Music Guru has joined us. Alex.
Hey.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, everybody. It's nice to see
Alex.
you. How you doing, people?
Good. How are you?
Sorry, guys.
Sunshine.
I'm on the mobile device tonight, so I don't have the guitar in hand. I know Karen's going to be ever so disappointed.
No!
All
right, you're just gonna have to do a cappella, man. A cappella.
Do you still believe we went to the moon?
I really set you up for November there, Alex.
Do you still believe?
Who's singing that? Do you still believe we went to the moon?
Do you still believe? It's so Elvis-y, man.
Yeah, I know. It's been likened to Elvis and Johnny Cash. I don't know.
It's somewhere in between, yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of fluctuates. The first song I did was like, well, I met a man the other day who thought the Earth was flat, and then in no photographs, the verse he's going like, there's not one single photo of the Earth from. It's kind of changed the voice a little bit for the album. It's really weird. I don't know how that happened, but hey,
that's the beauty, man. That's
anyway, good evening, all. A very flat evening to you all. John Smith, Global, I love your work, man, and it's nice to see your face.
Yeah,
great to hear you and your music, man. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks so
All
much.
the
We're
way
all doing
from
our little bit. It's great.
Alex. They're in Inverness at the moment.
Inverness, blimey.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing there?
Oh, sorry.
Dude, they're at a flat Earth shop right now.
They are.
Yes, they're at a flat Earth shop.
As we know.
They are sitting in a flat
I can't be
Earth
bothered to get up again and show you.
shop.
Yeah, I've got to have a look around, man. That looks awesome.
Yeah. They got maps and books and TVs and couches.
It is good to have the sofa in there so people can talk.
They need some flat Earth music playing in the background there.
Well, get your music guitar.
That's awesome.
So you guys, you guys don't have a guitar in there, do you?
No, we don't actually.
All right. I got a crappy one. I'll send you guys.
Yeah, have you heard Mark playing his guitar? No, it's not. Yes. Can I tell you a little story about Mark?
Yeah.
Because I like to make a lot of videos and use music, and I've used yours, since you graciously let me use your music. And Mark said to me, "Oh, I'll be playing around with the guitar, just trying to learn the guitar." So I'm thinking, "Oh yeah, that's good." And then he says, "Oh, I'm trying to strum a few tunes together." I said, "Oh, that's good." And then I heard a song he played. I thought, "My word, that's brilliant!" And I'll just give you a short burst of it now. I use it to a few of my videos.
Yeah.
Feel the earth as it's spinning around. Did you ever look up at the sky?
Yeah, I've heard that song a few times. Like to hear it live right now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There was no room in the car. 3 men and a dog, and there was just no more room.
All right,
John, can I ask?
Oh, sorry, go, Alex. Go on, you go.
No, I was just going to ask a question about a piece of music that John uses on his channel. It's I can't remember, I don't know the name, but it's a "Don't Believe the Papers, Don't Believe the News." What is that song?
Well, that's. I don't know if you know Gavin. This is Gavin's brother who writes all these songs, and it's about the papers don't. And I'm not sure if he's a flat earther himself, but he's got 2 brothers who are flat earthers. So, and he was into every conspiracy going. So, brilliant song.
It's such a great song. I mean, I haven't heard it for ages, but I know the chorus. I believe the truth can set you free. It's got some lovely. I would love to get hold of that and do a version of that. That's such a great song.
Well, you can email him. I can give you his webpage. So you can email him and ask him. Yeah.
That would be awesome. I would love to hear that.
It's a good true song. I mean, honestly, my channel is Conspiracy Music Guru, and I'm not going to remain flat Earth man forever. I'd like to put some of my own sort of music on there as just being me, like the song Revolution that you heard. And I'm looking for more sort of truth music that I can cover with just an acoustic guitar and a vocal just to add some more content. Some conscious music basically is what I'm looking for.
What about some chemtrails? Have you covered chemtrails in your music?
Not yet. I mean, Christ, there is a list as long as your arm, isn't there? I get requests. Can you do one about fluoride?
Never run out of material.
You'll never run out of material, so I think the channel's going to be up for a long time yet. But yeah, you'll never run out.
Yeah, fake money. Let's pick one.
Oh, how about the flat Earth?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was just wondering, how's your dog taking all this outsideness then, Harry?
Oh, she loves it.
She loves it.
But sleeps a lot as well because she's awake. She comes out on the street with us, so for most of the day she's awake. So at night time, like now, she just flakes out.
So how many hours are you going out a day actually filming and talking to the people?
Been talking at 12 o'clock at night some nights. The people on the campsite.
Yeah,
so it never stops.
Our banners got a bit dirty, so we laid them out at the campsite, and when it was raining, washed them, and then. What time of night was it?
Was it 12?
1 o'clock.
Raining, and we're talking to some Cambridge students.
Astral physicist students from Cambridge.
In a field.
In the middle of a field, wet, raining. We talked to them about 1 in the morning and got complaints from the rest of the campsite for being quite contaminated.
As soon as you go to the book shop in the morning, we're talking about it again.
Well, we always have the camera, so any shops we go in, people we meet in the street, any opportunity. For an interview, we take it.
That's killed the conversation right there.
Yeah, so what's been the highlight of this trip then? Apart from, I asked you, sorry, I haven't asked Aaron. Is it Aaron? What's your favourite place?
The sky, just the scenery, the mountains. I've been to the Himalayas in India and Nepal. These were as equally as beautiful as anything I've ever seen. And I didn't realise these things existed only a few 100 miles away from where I lived. So yeah, just nice to see these things.
But don't tell everyone else.
Yeah, don't tell everyone.
People rushing up.
So you see it in the next video. It's does it justice, I think, with the drone footage and that.
I don't want to give away too much because this video hasn't been put out yet, but we're also swimming in the Northwest Atlantic, and that was really good. It was cold. It was great.
We'll even have wetsuits on, and we're just jumping in with some shorts on.
True Scotsman.
Yeah.
So out of this trip so far, what's been the highlight? What's been the best bit? I don't know, the best person you've talked to, or best bit?
For me, obviously, the amount of flat earthers we've met has been amazing. And I think Derek in Fort William, who was a teacher, he was really passionate about it, and he said that he talks in his school assembly about it. he does PowerPoint presentations and involves the students and other teachers in discussion. So that's brilliant to hear.
Yeah, and there's been so many other people that we've spoken to, flat earthers, but because of their jobs, they didn't want to be put on camera. So there's been so much material, extra material we could have had, but we couldn't use it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some real good.
What's been your highlight then, Aaron?
Mine, I can't really sum it up. I mean, it's just been good. Each day has been good in its own way. Each day has been as good as every other day. So it's all been an highlight. I haven't really had time to process it because it's just non-stop since the day we set off.
Yeah, it feels like we only left yesterday. It's just been non-stop.
Yeah.
Is it going quite quickly then?
So now that it's Tuesday and we've got 3 days left, it's flown. Yeah.
And we've still got a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah.
Ferry rides, towns to visit.
Like you're saying, Astral, not enough hours in the day.
Were the people on the islands different? Were they more receptive than on mainland?
I don't want to say which island it was.
No, not all islands are the same.
But yeah, one island was very conservative, very resistant. In fact, we heard twice. It says a woman came across and said, "I can't believe you lot haven't been strung up already in here." And we did get a couple of aggressive trolls.
That's not very nice to say, is it?
No, some security guy come over the day before and he says like, "Oh, be careful." And I'm like, "What's he on about?" It seems like a bit over the top for him to say that. And then when we got there, we realised what he was on about. And we had a guy troll us for about an hour and a half. He just wouldn't go away. He was shouting. He was really triggered. He was hard work, but he went away and shook my hand at the end of it all. So I got a few little pointers into him. So hopefully he'll go and check it out. That's all we can do sometimes.
Yeah. And today was the first time that we've been moved on. We were outside a shopping centre.
Oh wow!
And the manager and the security guard came out, and they were quite intimidating, Harry, aggressive.
Oh, he put his hands on you.
Trying to be,
yeah. So they threatened to phone the police, and so we thought best just move on. You know, try something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. The camera in my hand.
Yeah.
Is this like in Inverness or around Inverness?
This was in Inverness, yeah. The thing is, all we're doing is putting tying a banner to the railing. You know, not exactly life-threatening, is it?
You wanted to see our risk assessment.
That's funny. What this off subject kind of, but the shop you're in, is that Dave Freeman's shop or
no? It's
what's the website for the shop?
Well, the thing is, Richard's not online. He doesn't have a Facebook page or YouTube. All he has is an email, and he's quite a quiet and unassuming guy.
Okay.
He doesn't want to be in the limelight, but he wrote that book that we showed you called "Waking Up in Inverness," and that just covers his life of experiences of different conspiracies he's been into, and of course flat Earth. So he actually wrote that book and published it. But he's not the type who wants to be in the forefront of the camera. But he's out there every day on his own with his banner. You can see his banner in the Inverness video. It's a brilliant big banner he's got.
Yeah.
And he's out there on his own, and he goes out there and he just sits beside the bridge where people walk on by, and he takes a book and sits and reads the book. And anybody who wants to stop and chat to, he does. And he hands out leaflets. He prints all his own leaflets and banners. So he's just so dedicated. But there's so many people out there like Richard who are so dedicated, but they're not in the limelight. You know, they're not on YouTube or Facebook, and they're doing all the groundwork, but they're not wanting to get the limelight or the recognition for it.
It's really nice that he let you obviously do this from his shop, but it's a real shame he's not there.
Yeah, just I know he's been down to stay with me a couple of times, and I've been up here a couple of times to see him, so I know him reasonably well. But yeah, he's a lovely man.
So he's probably real happy that you're there and you're
he was
hanging out. I bet he's very happy to have you guys in town.
He watching our approach, how we hand the leaflets out, and he was taking that on board, and he was saying that it helped him to, just put yourself out there with the people in the public, and just how we approach, and we can all learn something off each other. Yeah. So
I know he's a very modest man, and he's been out doing that himself for a long time. But when you say it's good that he's trusted us with the shop, every flat earther that I met in real life has that immediate sort of acceptance, almost trust, because you're going through the same similar journey. You're all trying to do the same thing to get the word out and hopefully change people's perceptions. So there's a, I don't know about you guys, but I feel there's an immediate sort of trust there when you meet another flat earther in real life.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
You said it today, like meeting a family member. We met this woman and her family. She had 4 kids with her.
5 kids.
5 kids. They're all flat earth kids, and a granddad, and he was a flat earth, and she was, and it's like it was like really friendly atmosphere. Just was all talking.
I felt like giving them a hug. It was like meeting family members.
Felt really familiar, and that in itself is really nice.
Yeah, because it was generations of people, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they all wanted to chip up and say their own little bit of knowledge that they'd learned, and it was quite amusing to hear it from kids, free-thinking children.
Fantastic.
It was,
and I was speaking to 5 of them, and they're lovely children and very alert and switched on. And I said, look how awake you are at your age. I would have loved to have been like that. I think my life would have changed drastically if I was that awake at 14 years old.
That comes from the parents.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Parents to thank for that.
So, how many miles do you reckon you've driven, Harry?
I don't know how many times. 800, I think. Is it?
Been up and down the road all the time.
Probably
internet and stuff.
Probably by the time we come back down to a couple of 1,000 miles.
And on this trip, because obviously, like I said, they start off and you go, well, what do you think? What do you believe we live on? And they go a globe. And then by the end of it, they don't sound like they're globers. They sound more like flat earthers. So what happens there? Do you think you've helped change lots of people's minds on this trip?
Well,
I don't think you can ever hope to wake someone up in just one conversation. You just open an element of doubt in what they already believe, so they go and research it. And you got to try and find a common ground, something that they thought about that don't fit into what they're told. And you just got to fish around and try and find that, and if you can resonate with them, then you're halfway there.
I think yesterday, though, Aaron did get through to someone. Did you know?
A young lad outside the chip here. Yeah, it just blew his mind. He's like, wow, I could have told him anything and he would have believed it. I was loving it, yeah.
What's that?
It is a bit like that when the penny drops. You just go like, double take.
It's not often you feel like you've got through in one conversation, but within, I felt, wow, I was blown away with his response. He just loved everything we were saying.
Well, look what's happening this year, right? So we're a flat earth group on a flat earth hangout, and you are doing activism of flat earth in Scotland in a flat earth shop. We've got flat earth music with Alex.
We've got flat earth t-shirts.
Flat earth t-shirts, yes.
From Colin.
From Colin Smith did these t-shirts for us. And Colin Smith, he's there all the time and we do street activism.
Yeah, he's an actor.
So he's been there from the beginning.
He drives us all around when we're doing a lot of the activism down in England.
And we'll just like to give him a shout out. Thanks very much for the t-shirts. The money's in the post.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex. Alex, are you there?
I am indeed.
Yeah, you don't go out and say very much publicly, do you? You're just making your music.
I think so. Yeah, I mean that's my type of activism. I mean, I don't have a massive circle here because one, I've just moved to Spain, well, in the last 4 years.
Oh.
So my Spanish isn't great. So I'm not integrating. I have a couple of friends, you know, one who is a flat earther now. I flat smacked him about a year ago and he's a flat earther now. And he's the only real guy I can talk to about this. And I like my privacy anyway, really. You know, you've got to understand I did 20 years of gigging in pubs and playing the guitar and singing for my supper and being surrounded by people. I was a professional DJ as well. There was people around me for so many years. Now I'm at a point of my life where I just want to, you know, sort of distance myself from the general public because 9 times out of 10, I don't get on with the general public. I think they're mostly idiots. And I know it's a terrible thing to say, really, but I just don't resonate with most people that I meet these days. So I just sort of lock myself in the studio, make my music and do my activism that way. I'm just a bit sick and tired of people. That's a terrible thing to say, I know.
The opposite of what they're doing up in Scotland.
Exactly. Yeah, we're all doing our little bit. So yeah, more power to you. I certainly couldn't do what you guys do. Certainly.
Well, I'd love to be able to do what you do, Alex, but I recognise talent and I admire it, but I certainly haven't got it. So hats off to you. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But you know, it's been said a million times before on this show and as we're all playing our part in this, you know, movement or community, aren't we? We're all doing what we're good at. You know, I'm good at doing this bit, and you're doing good at doing that bit, and you've got Paul on the plane who's good at doing that. You've got Bob at Globebusters at doing, you know, pick one. We're all a team.
Flat Earth dude's good at taking his camera around the meet, and he's very good on the telescope.
Can I just add to what you want to say there, or what you just said there, Alex? Even though people might be good at things, there are still people that are, you know, flat earthers that, you know, they're not good at basketball or whatever, you know, but, you know, those people are still a big part of flat earth, you know, even if they're not, don't have a strange, you know, super ability or whatever. I mean, yeah, I consider myself very normal, you know, in that sense, but, yeah, also those people, I'm just saying that. Sorry, Alex. Play us a song, man. No, you can't. You forgot your guitar.
I wish I could. I wish I could next time.
Yeah, you're still getting ready, aren't you, to go off to the conference in America, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I mean, it's 4 months away. And I've got quite a lot to cram in between now and then. I'm working on another video at the moment. Each video I'm doing, I'm trying to step it up. And so by the time I get to the last song, it's like a big finale. And when the album's finally, you know, released, that's going to be, I think a few people are going to want it, I hope. Yeah. So yeah, I'm preparing videos for the conference. I'm going to show a couple of videos there that haven't been seen before. The album's got to be mixed and mastered and released for digital download and get some physical copies made up, and just preparing the next 4 months really for the big gig.
I'm definitely going to buy one. And I want it autographed as well with a conspiracy music guru.
Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, just send it over, and I'm happy to do that. It makes me, I feel like I'm famous now. I'll be my first signed CD. Excellent.
Yeah, now pretty much more.
I will do that. I promise I will do that.
I'm happy to do that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all a bit of surreal, really, because like I said on this show a couple of weeks ago, I never started out to make. My intention was never to make a flat Earth album. I just wrote a poem in my phone, and it turned into a song, and I released it, and everyone went, "That's cool." So I thought, right, let's do another one. Let's buy a green screen, and now here I am. I've just finished my 10th song. And working on my 8th video. I'd never. So it's all been a whole whirlwind, and that's what flat Earth does to you. For me, it's just given me this huge burst in creativity, and I'm doing things I never thought I could do.
And a stupid question that came into my head there was, where do you see yourself taking it, Alex? But my God, you've so many strings to your bow. As you said, you've gone into video making, green screen, all these albums you made. What else can you do? I mean, that's a tremendous amount of
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm just going along for the ride, really. I love what I do. I'm
going to America.
Yeah, I mean that's the irony of it. I'm an English guy who knows nothing about country music, and now I'm flying to America to perform country music. That's ridiculous.
Just speaking that accent, and you won't go wrong.
I thought you was American.
I thought you were American.
This is you.
I'm not American, but Flat Earth Man is. Hey, we
Polish
got
definition's not
13,000
gonna
reels?
make
Are you
it.
kidding? A giant leap for all mankind, but you lost the data and no one could find. That's suspicious, don't you think?
Brilliant. Yeah.
Alex, I heard that you've got a few more new songs.
I have. I've got 3 new songs. Yeah.
Oh, is it 3 new songs? Yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
We look forward to hearing them. Oh, have you uploaded anything of them?
No, these are the sort of 3 songs I'm holding back to the conference. I'm dying to
one of those. Nice one.
Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah,
good.
I'm dying for everybody to hear it because I think they're as good, or if not better, than the ones I've already put out. They're really catchy. I'm pretty good at catchy stuff, and I really want to show everybody. But it makes sense to just be a little bit patient, get the album together, get it released, and give people an incentive to buy the album. If there's tracks on there that they haven't heard, because it's all very well putting them on YouTube. And then I've had hundreds of thousands of views on my YouTube channel, my channel alone. But so people are getting them for free. I would like to make a little bit of money out of it. That was never my intention setting off. But I've worked on this for a year now, and to get people to give people an incentive to download the album just so they can hear the 3 tracks that they haven't heard, I think might make good financial sense. But knowing me, I'll probably be so impatient. I'll just go, sod it, let's put them on YouTube. So, I'm just sort of torn between trying to make money out of this and torn between doing the right thing. Do I just let everybody have it and just let everybody have my work for free? Or should I, do the financial sensible thing and hold a couple of tracks back in order to sell more albums? So that's what I'm kind of sort of playing with in my mind at the moment.
It's not an easy thing.
But you didn't be thinking I bet you didn't think you'd be thinking about this.
No, it's not a dilemma that I planned, but I don't know. It's crazy what's happened to me. Musically, I thought I would be making ringtones for the rest of my life, because that is my bread and butter. That's how I make my dough. But then Flat Earth comes along, smacks me right round the face. My whole brain's blown out. And I go, oh my God, this is amazing. What do you mean gravity doesn't exist? I've got to write a song about this. I never expected to be doing that.
No. Yeah, it's a tough one, man. Make some money or do your art, give it away. I mean, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
You gotta, everybody's got to make money. That's a fact.
That is a fact.
It's a fact.
That is definitely a fact, and I've put a lot of time.
If you can do what you love and make money and keep it real, nothing wrong with it. I don't think it's a.
I'm also got this, this idea of doing things for not doing things for money. It's kind of a mindset I'm trying to sort of get myself into, but it's very difficult, because I think if you do just random acts of kindness, which I've been trying to have that mindset for a good couple of years now, just do random acts of kindness. It's like everybody knows what karma is. If you ask the person on the street what karma is,
trust in it.
They would say, oh, karma is when you do something bad and something bad happens to you. I said, well, yeah, that's true, but why not do some good things, and then good things will happen to you? So I try to do random acts of kindness and just do the right thing. So I'm sort of playing with that in my mind as well. So, just let people have it. Let people just, download it if they want it, or they can watch it on YouTube for free. But I'm thinking the nice people will go, you know what? I'm going to download it rather than watch it for free on YouTube. So I think I'll probably thinking about it, I'll probably give people the option. Go to YouTube, watch it for nothing. Or if you're, if you want to support me, download the album digitally, and that will help me out.
That's totally fair, man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you could do this either, Alex, but some people also, say, well, give what you can, contribute what you can.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can go into museums. I know they do a lot, especially like in Egypt, it's like, kind of a baksheesh, give what you can kind of thing, tips kind of and some people put notes in there. Some people just put a load of coins in there, it's like that kind of thing, and I suppose that could be an idea. I'm not saying that you should, but
that is a lovely idea. Unfortunately, the way digital downloads work, the buyer cannot specify a price for the album that they want to pay for the album. It has to be a fixed price. So that wouldn't work for a digital download, but it is a lovely idea. Absolutely.
What have you ever thought about iTunes?
Well, yeah, that's where it will be distributed through iTunes and Amazon and all of the major players there. But you, like I say, you have to release the album with a set price. The end user who wants to download it cannot say, "Oh, I think I'll pay £3 for this album." You just can't do that.
Right.
That's when we get stuck in our consumerism. We get conned into our consumerism. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
I was just doing a little research on the old Flat Earth shop there in Inverness, and if you type that in the Google search, it comes back with 420,000 returns.
Wow.
There's about 20 or 30 news articles about that shop there.
That's good. We should support that site, man.
We should.
I'll buy a T-shirt at least. I think I will.
Yeah, that's.
Although I'll make my own.
Flat Earth shop, man. That's so
That's
cool.
good, isn't it?
They should have some Alex's CDs in there somewhere.
Yeah. Good idea. Good idea. Do that, Alex.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, put some of your CDs in there. I'm sure that'll be. Well, why not?
Why not, man?
Contact them. I would.
Well, it's a Flat Earth. It's a Flat Earth album. I think it's the only one of its kind. I mean, there you
go. They've got a Flat Earth shop. They've got a Flat Earth shop. They need Flat Earth merchandise, and you have something that has, those qualities. Obviously, it's merchandise, isn't it? So there you go, man.
All right, duly noted.
Full of a cold.
Dude, anyway, I'm gonna mute. I yield up.
Just asking Harry then, back to Harry. Where are you sleeping tonight? Are you sleeping in your tent tonight, or are you staying in this shop? Is there rooms above? Oh. Are they frozen?
Everyone's frozen.
No, you and I are okay.
Those icons don't move anyway. Joke aside. Harry, are you there?
Alex?
I'm here.
All right, I'm here. Oh, there they go.
Oh, hopefully they'll come back. Oh.
Yeah, we don't know how their
things
internet
were
is there.
so well.
Things that make you go, internet. And yet, back in 1969, they could communicate from the Earth all the way to the supposed moon landing.
On a landline.
248,000 miles, isn't it? Somewhere around about there. With a landline. You know what? I can't go a day without losing my connection. I can't even walk around my apartment without losing the connection. You don't fill me with lies, NASA. You're filling the people, the population, mankind with lies. That's all it is.
John's going to try to get back on here.
Is he coming?
Yeah, he's coming. He's on a hotspot, he said, so that might be a bit of a problem. A couple shout-outs to the chat.
Yeah, thanks to everybody in the chat. I can see Daniel's there, Ute's there, Rob's there, Lee, Aras, Roxanne, Chilster, JP, CD. I'm always terrified I'm going to say their names wrong.
Chilster.
Make sure to say thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to all the subscribers, and make sure you hit the like and share button. Because we need to spread this word, don't we, to everybody? This is
absolutely
important news.
And we all need to sub each other. So sub to Alex, Conspiracy Music Guru, and John Smith, Global Lie.
Yeah, subscribe to Flat Earth Dude, Astral, Patricia, Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon. Hit the like button.
It was nice being in a Flat Earth shop today, I have to say.
It's so different. Cool, it's the first time I've ever went inside there. It was pretty cool.
I'd like to have a look. Sorry. I'd like to have a look for inspiration because I'm artistic, and obviously the only T-shirt that I've got is my shirt, the one I made myself about the highest form of ignorance quote. That's mine. That's my Flat Earth shirt. I've got another one, but it's it was just a tester, and it's pretty shit. So I'm never gonna wear that. I'm just gonna keep it as a kind of reminder of how not to do
Make a
what
shirt.
I did. How not to do what I did. No, but I've got quite a few little projects on the go. It's just a matter of time, you know. Also money, equipment, because I can make T-shirts like nobody's business, or you know, paintings and shit. I'm just I'm not selling myself, believe me.
I like the painting ideas are cool.
Yeah, I'm not selling myself. I'm just saying this. If anyone wants something, let me know, and I can, you know, draw something in my, you know, my lunch break, because I doodle and I do things, you know. But yeah, there you go. I yield the floor.
So, Alex, have you just been getting all your songs ready and getting ready for this conference since we've last spoken to you? Have you been to the beach?
Have I been to the what? The beach?
Yeah, it's really hot where you are.
Oh, I've been to the beach today, actually. If you saw where I've been today, you'd be like, oh, you lucky bastard. It's honestly, I live right on the coast. I mean, I'm 5 minutes away from the coast, and it's just, they call the place where I live, they call it the Pearl of the Costa Nova. It is stunningly beautiful, and the one of the luxuries I have is to just jump on my moped, go down to a beach bar, just sit by the sea, have a drink or two, and, you know, and then, so I've been to the beach today. And yeah, I'm getting my music ready. The album's actually, you know, pretty much there now. It's just the videos that I'm working on. They take forever. That, you know, the music I actually really, really enjoy. I love putting the instruments together and, you know, putting harmonies together. The video is just, oh man, it's so
much work.
It's with green screen work and, you know, trying to find the right backdrop and then trying to find the right video for what I'm trying to say, because I put so much into my videos and there's so many lyrics that I've got to try and get across visually. It's just, so I have to come out the studio and spend, you know, a bit of time in the fresh air, in the sea, and then just sort of reevaluate and get back in there. Because it's taking an awful long time. So but it's a labour of love, and it's going to be well worthwhile. I'm going to be able to look at the whole project and just go, wow, you know, that I'm so happy with it, because at the moment I'm feeling pretty proud that it's all coming together, and it's just the final push now.
It's going to be great seeing it. Really.
Alex,
I can imagine how long the videos take, because obviously I make my own little videos, and you think, oh, it'll only be a few minutes, and then you could be on it all night.
Yeah. Video is tough. You got to have a powerful computer, and then you got to have the right software and plugins, and it just goes on and on. Alex, are you doing any like live gigs at any pubs? And if you are, do you ever play like a Flat Earth song? Just out of the blue?
Pat is playing tonight, and it's a bit like that. Goodness knows what they think, and then Alex starts singing.
No, I won't be doing any gigs. I've had a few. I had a guy contact me and said, if you want to come to the Philippines and play some songs here, I'll put you up, free accommodation. And like, you know, I get these offers from people all over the world. If you're ever passing through Tennessee, we'll put you up, and all that's really lovely. But my gigging days are over. I did so many years of it now.
Can I ask you though, Alex?
You are gigging, aren't you? You're gigging in November.
Well, yeah, that's a one-off. I mean, I'm flying the other side of the world, the other side of the plane for that.
Right.
Yeah, that is a one-off. I mean, but that's for the cause. I mean, I'm not making any. I mean, traditionally, as a guitarist and singer, when you go and do a gig, you get money at the end of the night. This gig that I'm going to in November,
it's costing you money,
thousands. So.
Right.
Bloody cheapskates.
Yeah.
Hey, no, but I was going to ask you, right? You get offers that you can stay here and stay there and stay everywhere. What about if someone was to come to Spain? Is it like reciprocal? Are you as like open-armed or whatever?
Right, we're all going to Spain now to stay with Alex.
Hablas español. Hola, ¿qué tal? Muy bien, gracias.
Yeah, muy bien.
¿Y tú?
Mucho.
1, 2, 3.
Gracias.
Well, I can say this. If you're a flat earther, you're welcome in my house.
Oh, beautiful, man. You're welcome here too. I live in Denmark. It's a bit cooler in the winter. You can go skiing sometimes.
I've been meaning to ask you, Astral, what are you doing in Denmark, man?
Oh, it's a long story, you know. One of those not thinking with your brain ideas.
Right.
Yeah. So, I lived in Sweden. Well, it's a long story. I travelled when I was 19, and I ended up in Sweden. Lived there for 5 years or so. Yeah, moved to Denmark. Lived here for a few years. Moved back to England for a few years. You know, now when I say a few years, it's like 5 years or so. But in the meantime, I've got like a girlfriend and got married, and then we moved back to England and we got kids and all that kind of stuff, you know. And then I ended up moving back here again. So here I am. But I'm divorced. I've got children, and I love Denmark as much as I hate it. I love it, you know.
But your roots are...
No, my roots are in England, you know. Yeah.
You've got children there in Denmark now, haven't you, Astral? So
I've got 3 kids, and my 3 kids are all here in Denmark. Yeah, but they don't live with me. They're living with their mums, you know. So, 2 mums, 3 children. And
sounds complicated, man.
Weekend father, that type of thing.
It's working out. We haven't lost John. John hasn't come back.
No, I know.
To John. He needs to find his hotspot.
Maybe he'd need a coffee break. I don't know. Those guys look a little tired.
They did look a little bit tired, didn't they?
They look a little road wore out, whatever you call it. But they're doing a great job sharing some great stuff with us. And sharing some great stuff with the people out there in all those cities that they're hitting. It's beautiful. Wish I was with them.
Yeah, the shop looked really nice. The welcoming service. Alex, does anybody recognise you yet in Spain?
No, not yet, because obviously I don't go out with the hat and the shades on. But my buddy and I were going to do a little social experiment and just dress up like Flat Earth Man and walk up and down the promenade when it's, you know, peak season and see if anybody does, you know, because I
guarantee you, man. Hey, I'll put a bet on that. I bet you a big cake, right? I bet you a big cake you will be recognised. Guaranteed.
Oh, that would be so funny. That would be really funny if I mean, when you collate all of the views that my videos have had,
millions. It's gonna be millions, channel, right?
Yeah, and other channels, you know, it is millions and millions of views on these works.
That's right.
It's got to happen one day, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's growing.
Conspiracy guru.
Yeah, that would be funny, wouldn't it? That would be hilarious. But that's when you know it's reaching people, when someone comes up and says, "Oh, I know you. You're that guy that does the Flat Earth stuff." So yeah, I look forward to that day.
So you might
going to the convention is going to be a bit different then, isn't it? When all these people are going, there he is.
Well, I think everybody's going to know me at the convention, aren't they?
Everybody.
Whether they like me or not is another matter, but I know everyone will certainly know me, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's going to be a really fun conference, man. You're playing like a bar gig, and then you're playing at the convention itself, right?
Well, I've got to iron all the details out with Robbie, how that's all going to play out. I know I'm going to be on the main sort of, because this is a conference hall. This is not a concert hall. So
right.
People have got to understand that all the lights are not going to dim down, and there's not going to be a spotlight on the stage. You know, it's not going to be flashing lights like a gig. I don't want people to expect a gig. It's going to be me on stage, probably playing to some backing tracks, having the videos played as well.
And you're going to be dressed up like a cowboy.
Of course, man. Of course. Absolutely.
Listen, guys, I just sent you a message. Keep talking for just for a minute. I've got to go and get another coffee. So keep going.
Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, it's not a concert venue. It is a conference hall in a hotel. So I've got to be aware of that it's not, you know. So I've got to talk to Robbie about, you know, what we can have on stage and what we can't, and how loud it can be, and blah blah blah.
I'm really curious, Alex. What music did you grow up with? Did you like Led Zeppelin or
all of that? I mean,
all of that, the Beatles, and
all of that, but all music really. I mean, my dad was an organist in a band, so I always had music in the house. We had a piano in the house for years, always playing music in the house. I played piano for about 20 years before I picked up the guitar. I only picked up the guitar when I was 21, I think, or no, yeah, 25, something like that. And when you pick up the guitar, you listen to more guitar music. Hendrix.
You get more girls with the guitar too, right?
Oh hell yeah!
Anyway, and the piano's kind of hard to take.
Man, I must be shit at playing guitar. Then I tell you.
You must be playing all the wrong notes.
Yeah, dude. Astral, you had a guitar? No girls?
Yeah.
That's called the blues, man. That's called the blues, baby.
Hey, listen, I can't complain, or I couldn't complain. I'm celibate now.
So, Alex, you want to do like a rock and roll, flat earth song, like heavy metal, or more of like a
or indie,
like a real cool, chill kind of.
There's so many directions.
I've actually got a very good idea.
Right.
I've yet to discuss it with Alex. I did talk about it last time, that I've got an idea for a song, and it's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be absolutely a killer. Seriously.
All right.
I've yet to work it out, before I proceed any further with it. But Alex, you're going to help me with it, brother. I'm telling you, you're going to help me with it.
The reggae song you're talking about, wasn't it?
Oh, we lose him?
Astral, you there?
Yeah, he fell out.
Yeah, no, I'm still here.
Oh, he's there.
I'm still here. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear what you said, though, Alex. What you said?
Did you say it was a reggae song that you wanted to make?
Yeah. And don't say, no, I'm not going to play reggae. It's crap or whatever. No,
I love reggae. I've released,
awesome, man.
I released some reggae ringtones, and they do very well in the iTunes store. So I've done reggae before, and I'm good at it.
Great. Awesome. That's even
so
better then,
if somebody wants one of your ringtones, how do we search?
You're a musician as well, aren't you?
I am.
Yes, man. It could be a collaboration.
How would we search your ringtones there on iTunes, man? Is there a certain...
Well, no, it's a little difficult. I mean, if you want my Flat Earth Man ringtone, there is one, which is the NASA's Faking Everything song, just the chorus. So if you typed in Conspiracy Music Guru into iTunes, you would find one ringtone there under that artist. All my other stuff are all under so many different artist names because we tagged them differently for keyword tagging, So... oh God, it wouldn't be that easy. So you can't really just type in a specific artist and find myself. I could give you titles of ringtones to find. Like for instance, the reggae one that I made was called. It's just called Somebody's Calling, and it's like a reggae. Somebody calling. What they want to talk to you. It's like really reggae.
That's great, man. And what's the Flat Earth ringtone one? Which one's that one?
It's NASA's Faking Everything that you have ever seen. That one.
Yeah, okay. That's great. Yeah. That's a whole thing, man, trying to make money in the music business. You know how much different it is today than it was, even 20 years ago.
There's so much exploitation in the music industry. The artists, the people that have the, quote unquote talent, they get ripped off like nobody's business.
You could write 20 songs about that, man.
Yeah. I mean, I was listening to a podcast the other day or a YouTube video, and I don't know if you know. Well, Astral will know who this is. It's a guy called Brian Harvey from a group called East 17.
Yeah.
Right now, he sold 22 million records, and
damn,
and he's taking benefits now off the stage. Skin.
Yeah. Remember MC Hammer? He had 50 million or something crazy like that, weren't it? I don't know. Maybe I'm totally wrong there, but. He ended up the same, poorless, penniless, man.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
I mean, it happens to so many. I was also very into music when I was younger, and I wanted to produce it, and I wanted to have my own record label. And I got this book called "This Business of Music," and it's an amazing book, big, thick, fat book, And when it's big and fat, it's got plenty of information in it. And it sure did, but it was like it's like the Black's Law Dictionary. It's like that. Seriously, it's like that, And I was like, man, these people are getting ripped off. And I'm not, or I wasn't very good at mathematics back then, but I learned, it's like this. Oh yeah, bloody hell, man, they don't get anything.
And you forget all the other aspects of music as well, and the music industry, and how satanic it's become. And if you really want to learn about, I don't know if you know about Mark Devlin. He's released 2 books now. Musical Truth 2. He goes into a huge amount of detail about what music really is, what it's really doing.
He does a lot about the Laurel Canyon stuff too, right?
Laurel Canyon. No, he's really focusing on the music and what the different waves of music that have come out. The dance music, how it was all socially engineered, basically, and goes back to Tavistock. That's his specialty.
Sorry, what was that Laurel Canyon that you mentioned there?
Well, that's where
bell.
Laurel Canyon is a music centerpiece here in Los Angeles, and it started in the 60s with all of the hippie movement and everything, and it was run by all these like Crosby and Jim Morrison and
there's a military base, isn't it?
But there's also a military base up on this place called Lookout Mountain. Yeah. And inside that military base is where they edited millions of films of nuclear bombs to war movies and all the top directors in Hollywood would have to do some kind of work there at some point. And it's a fascinating story, that Laurel Canyon, man. And all of the kids that like Crosby and Jim Morrison, all of their parents were military, right? They're all in the military industrial complex. So,
yeah.
Anyway, that's why I thought he did a piece on Laurel Canyon.
I think he might touch on it. Yeah, I think
he touch on it at least. Yeah.
No, it's crazy when you start looking into those realms of information and finding out what the music industry actually is and the power music has over you. And there's actually a video called "The Power the Music Has Over You" and how the different scales.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, it's
exactly.
Try to get a song out of your head. If you walk into a store and hear like a Beatles song, every freaking word, right?
Yeah. That's engineered. I think John Lennon said. I think he said there's 100 people in the world that actually know what our music is about, and I know what he means by that.
Wow.
It's social engineering. It's changing mood. It's using particular scales and chord progressions.
You've got that. You nailed that there, Alex. Right? If you were to look at a film, and I like to look at TV without sound on. I don't watch TV. Believe me, I don't watch TV. But if ever, I'm going back years now. I used to love watching it without the sound. And, when you get the visualization of things, you're thinking in a totally different way because, for one, you can't hear what they're saying. You don't know what they're talking about. The only thing that you can see is what you're visualizing. So you're getting your interpretation just purely from visualizing what you're seeing and your own imagination, So I always used to do that, things like that. I think it's a nice way of thinking anyway, if you know what I mean. Put something on, you can visualize. It's the same. I'm sat now looking at trees. The sun's gone down. The sky's full of clouds at the minute, but I like to see things and visualize, and if you look, well, let your eyes just like almost fall asleep, the thing that you're gazing upon, you see more than what is actually there,
Well, when you turn the television
I sound like I'm
off,
tripping now, but I'm not tripping. Yeah, exactly. Turn off your TV and do something more lively instead.
Absolutely.
More useful.
Mind you, I think with Alex, he's already explained that he was doing these, ringtones. So you already know it's all got to be catchy, don't you?
Exactly. That's where I get my ability to make catchy choruses. Because with a ringtone, it has to be 30 seconds long. And you want someone to preview it and it to be really catchy and sort of unforgettable in those few seconds that they have to preview it. So it was always about making something really catchy, really, really simple, 2 or 3 chords, just almost like a nursery rhyme in a way. So that's kind of, my songs are very, very simple. They're very catchy. There's 4 or 5 chords maximum in my songs. So that's why they're likable and instantly recognizable, because I have that ringtone training.
Can I just say something, Alex? Right, I'm not very good at playing guitar, but I can play, and I learned to play guitar because of the Beatles, right? I knew all the Beatles songs. I grew up with the Beatles, you know, and then we had the what is it? The Beatles 1962 to 1967 or 1967 to 1971 or whatever. You know, the Red Album, the Blue Album, the White Album. I mean, I've probably had all the Beatles albums, Anthology, the lot. And I knew the songs. And because I knew the songs, I could, like, you know, get my guitar and strum along to, you know, Penny Lane, there is a barber showing photographs. You know, and I knew the chords and I could do it, like, slowly. Dun, 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 you know what I mean.
Yeah.
When you're there learning. So I learned to play guitar based on Beatles songs. They were catchy. And
a lot of us have.
Every single Beatles song, it doesn't matter. You can only hear 1 second of a Beatles song. As soon as it comes on the radio,
yeah,
you know the song, and you know it's the Beatles.
Yeah. But you look how music used to be. You know, you look at classical music that can take you on a journey, and a piece would last for 20 minutes.
Sure.
And it tells a story with the violins and with the cellos and that. And look how music has evolved or devolved.
I'm sorry, but listen. You know when you get the Beatles, Hard Day's Night, that first chord, brang, everyone knows that. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And not just that one song. There's thousands, if not millions of songs, man. The first chord, brang, we know it.
Yeah.
Why is it that we know it, though? And why is it we dance?
Because it's been played to you 1,000 times. You hear it in shopping malls. You hear it in the car. You hear it at work.
There's more
repetition.
Yeah, but I understand that, Alex, but there's more to it than that, because in my head, I have this, like, music is the food of life, in a way, you know, because music is like, I can't stop humming all day long. I've got something, you know, musical in my head. If I'm not hearing music, I'm producing it myself with my own whatever, or I'm whistling, or I'm singing a song that I can hear on the radio in the background or something, you know. Music is such a massive part of our existence, you know, as well as dancing. You see people dancing, man. They're not even aware they're dancing. Look around. Someone's got headphones on. There's music on. They're at the bus stop. You know, they've got a little wiggle, you know, going on. Even if it's an old lady or an old man, elderly, you know, or even someone who's about 40 or 20 or whatever. People are dancing. Why do we dance? Why do we dance? We have these senses, you know, our 5 senses. Should be 7, but we have 5, and our 5 senses, and we've got music coming into us. Not only hearing the music, but we can feel as well, you know, the vibrations at times. If you've got a good pair of headphones, you know, you can feel the music, can't you? A good set of speakers, you definitely.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I would love to see the reaction to the human spirit, to people in general, if our music was tuned correctly. But our music is not tuned correctly. If everybody was listening to music that was not compressed into this soulless format and played at the right frequency instead, untouched, then my God, it would move people on levels that you've never seen before.
I want to get some sort of device to hear what kind of or what frequency the music that I listen to is tuned to.
It will be 440.
When I grew up, well, I don't. I listen to a lot of Bob as well, right? And I know that's 432. But when I grew up, I'm from the north of Manchester, right? And we had so much music. I mean, music was a massive part of my life. You know, you've got the Smiths, you've got. I mean, there's too many to mention, man.
Yeah, I know.
You've got, you know, the Stone Roses. You've got the Roses. You've got Oasis. Yeah, you've got Inspiral Carpets. You've got
the whole indie movement came out of Manchester.
The Mock Turtles. Sorry, you've got. I mean, it's Simply Red. Lisa Stansfield. You know, you've got the soul music there, kind of creeping in. 808 State. You know, that acid kind of edge, and if anyone knows of them.
Oh,
man, the music back then, that was amazing. That was like good music, you know, music for the soul. But what was it that made us get out there and we danced our asses off? I mean, I'm not talking about the drugs now. I'm talking about the music. Why is it we go out, you know, in thousands every weekend, man, to dance our asses off, to hear some music, be affected by it, and dance our asses off.
It's probably a release in a kind of way. It's probably a massive release for. I mean, you know how downtrodden people are in this society. I mean, music is the one thing that's going to make them just be free, just for a moment.
Yeah. You always feel happy when you hear music, don't you?
Of course.
It makes you feel glad, you know, it makes you feel happy, it puts a smile on your face. Unless, of course, it's one of those tunes like, you know, that brings back sad memories. And then again, tugging at your emotions.
Yeah.
Music is a massive, massive part of our lives, you know, and that's why I say music is a food of life. And in a sense, everything is vibration, isn't it? You know, and music is a vibration. So
exactly,
I must be right. I'm a genius.
Can I just say something? Patricia's been really quiet on Hangout. I was just wondering if she's there. She may not be. She's she's been very busy today, so she might not be there. She might have fallen asleep. Are you there, Patricia? Patricia? Oh, she's not there. I just suddenly thought we haven't heard anything from Patricia today. Sorry, carry on talking then, guys.
I was just going to say to Astral, I mean, if you can get a device to measure and to try and listen to what frequency the stuff you're listening to at the moment, I would say, I mean, you say that Bob Dylan's at 432. I'm not so sure if it's coming out of the music industry, if it's coming out the radio, if it's coming off of a CD. It
not Bob Dylan, sorry. Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
Yes, Bob Marley, man.
Well, all I've got to do is take a listen to it in my studio.
Yeah. Great, that. Old Bob Marley, you know. I mean, I think most of it, actually, because just something about it is very, very relaxing.
I would love to hear it. If you can send me a track, I'll be able to tell you whether it's in 432 or 440 or not.
Yeah, I'll do that, man.
I think it's very important. I think people underestimate the importance of this subject. I mean, I know...
Sorry, Alex. Write your email in the back chat when you get a chance, like, you know. The back chats.
I'm on my phone. How do I do that?
Oh, don't ask me. I'm a...
Arrow top left.
I spoke to John Smith, by the way, Harry. He said all the internet went, everything. And he said all their phones weren't working just a minute ago. And I was talking to him and then the phone went. So I don't think John Smith, Harry, Aaron, Mark are coming back.
Oh.
Yeah, well, we did get them out, didn't we?
We'll have to do another one at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, of course we'll get them back on. They'll be back on.
We'll get them back on.
It's just unfortunate, isn't it?
Meanwhile, we'll switch over to the music. We'll keep on the music thing because I'm in the music. I'm in the music business. And that's how I make my money, is repairing musical instruments, mostly strings. Yeah, mostly strings. But I've been around it, 30 years, over 30 years, and I've seen a lot of great musicians out there that never made it to the big time. You know. Speaking of making it, did you ever try to make it in a band, Alex? And what was the name of your bands? I'm so curious.
Oh, well, I was too acoustic. I did a couple of, oh God, let me think back now. I did a lot of solo stuff. So I would go out, acoustically with some backing tracks. I would do singing. I would do DJing and karaoke. I was in a band called Two Acoustic, which was just two guys, and we did all acoustic stuff. One Way Street, that was another band I was in, because all the band members were taxi drivers.
We're on the One Way Street now.
Yeah. What else have I done? Oh God, no, but not really. I've really sort of been doing my solo stuff around, just the pubs and the clubs in Essex, back in the UK. So it wasn't really big time. I mean, it was just to pay the bills, just to bring some money in. I mean, there were nights where I played to get to 3 or 4 people, and not one of them was listening. They were watching the TV.
Oh, yeah.
So right. It's a tough life. Don't get me wrong, but every now and then you'd have a great gig and you'd be buzzing off of that for weeks.
Right. It's like, this is good. I wish I could do that every night, but no, it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't, unfortunately. But when I learned that I could make music in a studio with just a PC and some software, when I finally figured that out, I thought, this is better. I can do it in the privacy of my own home and not have to put up with those drunken bastards anymore.
Right, right. Plus, I mean, with today's technology, my goodness, if you want to get your music out there, there's 500 different ways to do it now.
Oh, it's easy.
It's
a
like
piece of cake, right?
Yeah, it really is. It really is simple. There are so many platforms out there that you can distribute your music through, and it will just go on every single downloadable platform. You know, it's pretty easy if you can make music. I mean, there's loads out there.
Yeah, Jim, it's a cake. It's a cakewalk, isn't it?
There you go.
I remember years ago, Cubase. Well, actually, I had a friend back in Manchester, back in the days when we were kids, like, you know, smoking weed and drinking beers.
And having it, mate, having it.
Yeah, having it. No, we weren't like that. We weren't. We were kind of. I think I was kind of all right, you know, in a sense, kind of. Eek. Anyway, we used to go to this old mill right close to where I was born. In fact, it was within throwing stones distance of where I was born. And it was an old paper mill. They turned it into a recording studio. And my mate was recording down there, you know. I used to go down all the time. Obviously, he was my best mate. And I was also into music and kind of shit, you know. And I wanted to, I don't know, be a singer, or I wanted to be a guitarist, or let me try the drums, you know. And I just, I buzzed on that kind of, that vibe, you know, that energy. Go down there, it didn't matter. Everyone was like, oh, I'm pissed off, man. My boss did this today, and I had to flip in, you know, fix 19,000 cars before dinner time, you know, otherwise I'm going to get fired, that kind of attitude. And then they get down there, they start, you know, the drummer starts tapping away, and then he's banging away, and then the bassist starts, and then the guitars kicks in, and before you know it, everyone's smiling, and we're having an amazing time. I was about to swear then, but yeah, I yield the floor.
Yeah, good times, huh? Good times.
Is that what it feels like for you still, Alex?
What do you mean? Well, I mean, I reminisce about my old days when I was playing, and, you know, but I would never want to do it again. You know, as I said before, I was a professional DJ as well for about 10 years doing that. I've kind of been Mr. Entertainment, really. If somebody wanted a DJ, they'd call me, because I lived in a small little village and small little town, really. So if any of the pubs or the clubs wanted a DJ, they'd call me. If they wanted an acoustic guitarist, they'd call me. If they wanted a singer, they'd call me. If they wanted a karaoke compere, they'd call me. So I was doing all these different things at the weekend, you know, what kind of, you know, so I did have some really good times back then, you know. It paid the bills well, and it wasn't your regular 9 to 5. I've never really conformed to that. So I do reminisce, but I would never do it again. I'm quite happy in my studio now, thanks.
Do you miss here at all, Alex?
No, not at all. Definitely
Neither
not.
do I. Neither do I. Alex, you're a black sheep, man. We're all black sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
It's the only way. It's the only way.
I've been at it over 30 years. I haven't worked for the man. Can't do it. No. But no, the music thing is just fascinating. It's unfortunate that, you know, if you are like in a small band and trying to gig on the weekends, and I mean, it's so brutal, man. You got to carry $3,000 worth of gear to make $50, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy, man. I see these guys hauling in all these amps and stuff, you know, and I'm like, damn. You know?
And when you're up on stage as well, when you're actually up there and you're thrashing that guitar, that's really hard work. I mean, I've sweated buckets coming off the stage. It's such hard work. People don't realise that. People think, oh, it's easy to play the guitar. No, it's not. When you play the guitar, it's bloody hard work.
Yeah. It's wrong what you said. It's money for nothing, and you get your chicks for free. Remember that, guys.
Yeah, that ain't working though, is it?
Yeah, that's the dream, man. There's so many people chasing that dream now. I mean, I just went to a venue we had here a few weeks ago in near my hometown. There was 200 bands playing in one night in 8 hours.
Oh my God.
All over the city, man. Every little shop had some kind of music thing going. That was pretty cool, but none of them made any money that night, you know.
I'd love to see some flat Earth bands now. Actually doing touring with. I'd love to see a band called the Firmament or something, and them doing the.
Oh, nice.
The
Flat Earthers.
Yeah, the
flat Fred and the Flat Earthers. Shit like that, man. Come on,
with
chat
backup
room,
with some backup singers,
Yeah, the Flatties.
Ooh, some woo-woo girls.
I think you're going to start seeing that. I mean, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see a video of a flat Earth band.
We're gonna have a sprinter called Flat in My Flatbread.
Why not? Let's do it. That's great. The Flat Earth Band. Yeah, that would be great, man. And the Flatties. And
We're getting the band back together, man.
You thought it was all over. It's only just begun.
Did you, Alex, did you see that movie American Satan with the band trying to make it? Did you see that?
Was it on at the cinema?
No. Oh, I know the film you're talking about. No, but I haven't seen
it. Right. I think ODD did a piece on it. I haven't seen it.
That's right. Yeah. That's where I've seen it from, on ODDs. Yeah, got to see that.
Yeah. Oh, I got to see the movie, but what a kind of true story, huh?
Yeah.
My theory is if you don't make it to the top, man, you're not in the.
The only way you can make it to the top is by signing that deal.
Oh, because I know 100 musicians that are better than most of the musicians out there, and they've never made it anywhere, man. And they're amazing, and they got amazing songs, and they're all originals, and but they
That's the crying shame about about music today. You can go to a bar and you can find somebody so amazingly talented that will get nowhere, and yet you turn on the television and you see Miley Cyrus. Oh yeah, thing in the world.
That's exactly right. And whenever I hear live music, I always go over to them and listen. I always take my time to listen to them because that is art there. That's a form of art, And they're
not only that, people have worked their arse. It takes years and years and years of practice to be able to do that. And it just gets so unappreciated in pubs and clubs.
Totally,
it's a shame.
Totally.
Yeah, people are, like you said, they're watching TV or they're eating or they're like, they don't give a shit if you're playing over in the corner, No. They don't care. Yeah, it's not appreciated. I appreciate it. I'm always clapping.
Yeah, that's true. And also, you get people that, they ain't amateurs. I mean, you get people that are absolutely amazing. I listened to someone the other day. When I first heard them, I thought, is that them or is that someone on the radio? Or what is it that's playing, right? And I went out there. It was someone who was imitating somebody, but they were imitating in such a good way, almost sounded like them. Problem was this, not a problem. The person imitating, she was like 20-odd-year-old, but she was imitating a person who's like 50-year-old, And it was just an amazingly well-sung song.
There you go.
I love people that can use their voices. Really, that's an instrument.
Why aren't we seeing that on the television? Even on these so-called talent shows, why aren't we seeing real talent? Why are we always seeing these groups of dancers and people that can't really sing?
Yeah, we know, Alex. All that's just propaganda, pure toss.
Of course, it's
just shit for the masses, isn't it?
It is absolute dribble. I mean, there's the agenda right there. I mean,
yeah. And not only that, right?
Dribble. It's crap.
You see somebody, they cannot sing. You see someone, they can't sing. They know they can't sing. Their parents know they can't sing. I mean, the whole neighborhood knows they can't sing. But yet they put them through it. And then they're like all teary-eyed and, I don't know what went wrong. I mean, God, I think I'm really good, I could have been a backing singer for Prince, for Pete's sake.
Really embarrassing when they think they're really good, but they're not.
Yeah. There's plenty of delusional ones out there, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's a shame. It's a shame for them because I mean, they get told by the parents, "Oh yeah, you're really good. You're really, really good." When my kids said to me, "What do you think, Dad?" And believe me, I can be harsh at times. If I thought it was very nice and what have you, I'd say, "Oh, it's very nice." And if I didn't think it was very nice, I would say like, well, don't you think you could put let's say it was a drawing, painting, whatever. How about putting some trees here or a few flowers here or a bit more grass here or something. I didn't say it was shit, right? I will give them advice on how to improve it always. Give detail, a little bit more detail. It's good. Detail, it looks nice. Doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, but what do you mean, Dad, by detail? I don't care what, you use your imagination and put something that you think is a little detail. It might be a bolt if you're drawing a little spaceship or something. You know, I'm talking about my kids now, like, 15, 14, 12, 10.
That's a nice range.
No, they're not that old, but I'm saying like these age ranges when they were saying about how do I draw this, how do I draw that, giving them tips. Also about, perspective. If you take, everyone can do this now, right? Take a stick figure and draw a stick figure on a piece of paper.
Okay.
Then draw one, right, yeah? Any size, but, decent size, maybe 8 centimeters or something. To one side of that stick figure, same circle head, but make the body a little bit smaller and make the legs smaller so that the body is getting smaller, right? So you've got, let's say you've got one that's 8 centimeters. This one, make it a little bit smaller, but the head at the same head level, make it like 6 centimeters or 5 centimeters. And then make a third one, same head level, and make that, 2 centimeters. There's your perspective, right? Obviously, you have to distance them apart at a good ratio so that it fits in with the perspective. Now, that's from the head. You should have the heads at the same height, 3 different heights of legs. Do you got that?
Yeah.
If you've drawn it. You can do it the opposite way now.
I did it the opposite way. I got the feet are at the same level.
All right, okay. I was going to say, then you could do it the opposite way, where you got the feet at the same level, but the heads are at different heights.
Right.
You get a different perspective then. You get like a head perspective or a foot perspective. Ugh, put my teeth back in. But this is what I showed my kids, to show them. This is how perspective is. You can draw a street as well, with the... Yeah, just draw a street. You know what a street looks like, a terraced street. I used to draw them when I was like 8-year-old or whatever. Terrace street, and the perspective goes down to 0. I did that when I was a kid already, man. We knew about that. We were living on a flat plane all the way back then. Seriously, yeah, I must have done.
Yeah, you did.
I remember drawing that, man, all the time. I used to draw space astronauts as well and spaceships a lot. Out of my fantasy.
Is that how you came up with your name?
There's many reasons why that came about, but I think the name found me, actually.
There you go.
It is about 25 degrees here. It's absolutely beautiful. I was hoping I was going to get a thunderstorm. I came out with my umbrella, but it's about 25. Didn't happen.
That's great.
Yeah, didn't happen.
25 is perfect.
Yeah, it's rare for us to be like Spain and America.
Yeah, it's very unusual, You go around walking in your shorts and expecting it to be a little bit chilly or whatever, and it's like nice, balmy.
Alex, have you done
beautiful.
your music in different languages at all?
Well, no, I've not, but other people have put subtitles on my videos. And the videos have been translated into God knows how many languages. There's quite a few now, and there's into Russian, into Portuguese, Italian, Spanish, French.
Wow!
Wow!
There's a. If you go on my channel, you'll see there's a playlist there, and it says Flat Earth Man Translations.
All right, I'll have to have a look, Alex. Yeah. See if I can. Because I know Swedish and Danish, so if they're not in there, I'll do that for you, man.
Oh man, that'd be sweet. Because I don't think there's Swedish. I don't think there's Swedish in there or Danish. That'd be great.
That would be cool, man.
Yeah, but other people have kindly taken the videos and translated them, and I've just made a long playlist there, and it's not something that I could do, but I know that one guy did actually make a cover version of my "Don't Believe in Gravity" song, and he did it in Spanish. And it's called No Crees en la Gravedad. That's what
Does he sing as good as you, Alex?
He does a really, really good job of it. I mean, I was really, truly honoured that someone would do that anyway. But he actually does a fantastic job of it. It's different. It's not like Flat Earth Man, obviously, because he's doing it in the Spanish language. But he's rapping all the way through it. You'll have to check it out and see what you think. But I thought it was fantastic.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, something I'd like to add on that is that learning another language, if you hear other languages sung, then you absorb that language so much faster, you know. I lived in Israel for a couple of years, and living out in the desert with tractors, the only thing you could listen to was the radio of the tractor. So they put the radio on, turn up the music, like, you know, and then, of course, you're listening to Hebrew radio and what have you, and they played Jordan radio as well and other things, but you pick up a few words, man. It's amazing how much you learn, especially through the power of a song. I yield the floor.
Yeah, no, you're right there. It's immersion, isn't it? You've got to immerse yourself in a language. I tried to do that with Spanish. My Spanish is not great, but it's getting there. But we have Spanish radio on in the car. Sometimes a bit of Spanish TV with English subtitles, that helps. But yeah, I know what you mean.
So, Alex, are you using Pro Tools?
Logic Pro is my weapon.
Logic Pro, baby.
Yeah, it's because I had a Mac anyway when I was doing the ringtones, and I had a Mac for business, and I was making all the ringtones on that, and I just like the software. It's just simple and
it's so simple.
Yeah, I've got a MIDI keyboard as well, a bunch of guitars, bass, harmonica. I've just delivered. Somebody sent me a gift today. Actually, it was really nice. It was a cajon, you know, those boxes that you sit on and you
cajon,
tap. Yeah, I mean, that was. I've been playing around with that today. So yeah, there's a few bits of percussion in there and that. So.
Little tambourine, little shaker, little.
Yeah. I mean, everything's. I mean, this Logic software is pretty easy. I mean, I wish more people would use it because there's a lot of people that play guitar.
It's like this very similar interface to GarageBand, isn't it?
Very. Yeah, exactly.
It's almost exactly the same. So if you're already using GarageBand, it's an easy jump to go to Logic Pro.
It's simple. I mean, I'm the sort of person that won't read the user manual. I'll just want to dive in and start clicking around. And
click.
Yeah. So, and what I've done, the way I've learned is, I would listen with my ears and say, that doesn't sound right. What's missing there? Maybe the vocals need thickening in the chorus. So you go onto YouTube and type how to thicken vocals in Logic, and then there will be a video for it. So YouTube is a great learning tool for Logic software, or for anyone that plays guitar. Plugging it into a computer and then adding a second guitar, then a third guitar, and then some harmonies. It's not that difficult if you can initially play and sing a little bit. I would encourage anyone to start doing that because you can make some magic if you put your mind to it.
I do a lot in GarageBand, and you can make a pretty basic rhythm, hip hop, rock and roll, whatever you want, pretty quick. I mean, I can do a 3-minute song. I can have it done in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I've got the drums, and I've got, different sounds going through the music, and it's just an amazing tool for.
It's such a good experience as well when you're building something from scratch. It's like anything you make, it's like when you finish making it and you sit back and you listen to it, it's like you've just built a car because there's so many different elements to it, and you can add this, and you're in control of everything. It's just such an amazing experience to be able to, just use your ears and and just add a little bit here and there. Oh, I know what this needs. This needs a boing sound, and you could search within the software and find a boing sound.
Boing.
Or you could. I need a bit of violin here. Right, where am I going to find that? You search violin, and there's a bit of violin that works, and you drag it in, and that sounds great. And it's such a great creative experience to make something like that.
Absolutely. And it came with my Mac, I didn't even have to buy GarageBand, It's just like free. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, Logic itself is only like $100. I think it might be actually $200.
I think it's $200. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even so, that is ridiculously cheap for what that thing can do.
Exactly. You could never. I mean, you can make music the rest of your life with that. It's great.
Yeah.
I got
absolutely.
Version,
yeah.
I got a version on my phone. It works pretty good too. But I got this really cool program called IK oscillator, and it's just this little touchpad, kind of a. I mean, you can play organ and guitar on it. I mean, it just has a square box. You can change all the parameters and get, you know, a grungy sound or a saxophone, and it makes these cool little loops, man. And I'll be sitting like waiting at the doctor's office or something. I'll just put my headphones on and boom, man, I'm making music.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
Sorry to interrupt you. I had that garage band as well, but right now I'm kind of demoted to an old phone because I broke my iPhone 6. But I want to get GarageBand back on again because, like you say, it's so simple to use, you know, and you can make a 3-minute song in, like, you know, 2 minutes, man. You can.
That's hilarious. I know you can. You can do it, man. If you're moving fast, you can make a 3-minute song in 2 minutes. So yeah, the technology out there for music making is amazing. My niece had a piano class at her school, and they brought in 20 iPads, and they were all playing piano on the iPad. And oh,
that's cute.
Yeah, it is kind of cute, but hey, you just got to start somewhere, man. You got to learn the basics, and if that's the tool they got, you got to use it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's kind of getting kids addicted to the iPad. I would say it's better to buy them all a keyboard rather than an iPad.
Right. Yeah, that's different. You know, I would like to see them play on a real piano, but
yeah,
it's kind of like when I went to technical school. I had to learn how to draw technically with a pencil and a ruler, you know, and that kind of stuff. I'd already learned it at school when I was a child, junior school. High school. We learned it already at 11, 12-year-old or whatever. Nowadays they use CAD. They're using computers, you know, and there is no straight line that's done by their hand, you know. These lines are done by computers. So, of course, everything's perfect. Whereas in my day, it's like, this line is a little bit off. You 1 mil out here, you know, which means 1 millimeter on the drawing, you're, 10 centimeters wrong on your building, or can be, if not even more, you know. So that's one thing that I don't like. I like the fact that people are still, you know, doing kind of analog instead of digital. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tape. Give me some tape and some tube. Give me a tube technology. Nothing sounds as good as tube. I'm sorry, but you know, I'm old school. But I'll tell you, these new digital ones, they do replicate the tube sound pretty good. There you go, Karen.
Yeah, I'm here, so I couldn't unmute myself. So, Alex, do you have a whole studio now then?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a massive studio. It's about, probably 4 meters by 8 meters, something like that. What it was when I moved into this villa, it was a water storage place. Because back in the old days, you used to have the water delivered to Spanish villas and used to pump it into the house. So when I moved in and I found there was this huge water deposit sort of beneath the terrace. I thought, oh, that will make a nice. I'm getting an echo.
Yeah, we're just here to say hello, JDO, because we don't have much credit on our phones, but we had to leave the shop because everything stopped working. All our phones, laptop, and everything. Don't know why. So we're just back at the car now and heading for a campsite. So we just wanted to explain why we were cut off so quickly.
Good to have you back. Good to have you back.
Yeah, so just to say that we're heading off now. So thanks so much for letting us on the show, and great meeting everybody again and enjoying the conversation. So
yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you guys. Keep up the great work.
Okay,
yeah,
guys.
Keep it up, guys.
Big button.
You're off in the sunset.
Yes, we're off into the sunset. Thanks very much for having us on, Karen.
Thank you, Aaron, Mark.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Speak to you again. Mwah.
Thanks
Bye
a lot,
bye.
guys. Look
Bye.
after yourselves. Look after. They're gone. I'm gonna say thanks, guys. Look after yourselves, you know, and do us proud.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
Yeah, I couldn't do that. That's amazing work that they're doing.
Yeah, because we were thinking of doing it when Roxanne and Harry came. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, do excuse me.
Jesus.
Who's Roxanne? Who's Roxanne?
Roxanne. When Roxanne came to my house with Harry, we were going to go and do some, but then they didn't come till later in the day. But I was thinking about it, like, oh, I've never done this around my house. Like, what happens if I'm going flat Earth and then someone goes, "Hi, Karen," and all that? I wondered how it's, you know, maybe some people can do it better than others, and obviously they do.
They've got a good way of posing their questions, don't they? Isn't it called the syncretic method? I just think it's amazing to go up to members of the public and pose these questions and to put yourself out there and expect ridicule and that, because, you know, that's sometimes what you're going to get. And to have those balls and to go out there and just stop members of the public and trying to get them to think for themselves is an amazing ability to do that.
Yeah, because not every people moan or whatever it is, but not everybody can do this.
No, I couldn't.
And they're going back up to Hyde Park Corner as well, Roxanne and other people. I'm not sure if they're waiting till Harry comes back, but yeah, she's been putting it in the chat room. They're back out again doing it soon.
Amazing.
Yeah, all doing our bit, aren't we?
Yeah. It's unstoppable force.
It's getting pretty strong. It's looking good.
Yeah, good.
So here's a quick question. I posted this question in Nathan Thompson's group, and I really wanted to know how many flat earthers do you think there are, roughly, give or take 1 million, are there across the plane? Are there millions of us? Are there?
Hey, hang on a minute, Alex. In the chat room, how many people do you think know that the flat Earth exists? Ask in the chat room. Back to you, Alex.
Yeah, because I wonder, is it millions of us? Is it hundreds of millions? I mean, some people were throwing about a figure that it might be close to 1 billion even. They were quoting certain statistics and certain polls that were done by ITV. They did a poll on the flat Earth, and it came back sort of 17% of the people that took the poll didn't believe in the globe. And I thought that was very encouraging. Now, if you take 17% of 66 million people in the UK, can anybody do the math on that? It's something like 11 million people in the UK alone. So
right. I would say that, that you just basically answered my own question. Regional, because you've got some countries that are very flat, or flat earthers, and then you have those others that are more or less, totally globe indoctrinated, living the life.
I just wondered if we could put, if somebody said, well, if somebody asked you the question, how many flat earthers do you think there are? What would be the response? Is it close to 1 billion? It's certainly millions, isn't it?
Certainly
CD
millions.
in the chat room said 360 million. And then somebody else said, A. McKinsey said, a lot more than we think. And then Goldfish said 1 of 7 billion.
Yeah, but I'd like to know, if you give a figure, don't just give a figure for giving the sake of a figure. I mean, I could give,
I think there's 2 people total.
But give a figure, and then the reason why you give the figure, why you give that figure.
I think.
I don't think we're millions, but I would say we're hundreds of thousands anyway, at least. Definitely. If close to 1 million.
I think there's more than that. Because don't forget, there's the silent ones. And even Harry, Mark and Aaron met the same. Like, I am a flat earther, but I'm sorry, you can't mention me.
Yeah. Right. I mean, just collating all the... if you look at the big YouTube channels, your Jeranism and Rob Skiba and Eric Dubay, and Robbie Davidson, you know, just collating all the amount of subscribers, let alone the views that they've had. That's millions in itself, and that's just 4 or 5 channels.
Right.
You know, so it's very difficult to put an exact figure on it, you know, or even to the nearest million. But, you know, and statistics and polls are polls, aren't they? You know what they say about statistics. So it would just be nice to get a kind of ballpark figure. So, you know, just to encourage everybody that, you know, you're not alone. There's millions of us out there.
Yeah, exactly. We spoke about this quite a while back, actually, on the hangout we had with Mr. Brad, you know, for people, and that he created this website, and someone had put on the website, can we have a like a flat Earth counter? You know, maybe it is possible. Flat Earth counter, and you hit the button. You can only be registered once, whatever. I don't know, something, you know, to see how many we are. For sure, only true flat earthers will want to register, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, then again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great if we could just get one of these, you know, like not exactly a petition, but something that you can sign. Sign this if you're a flat earther, so we could get a good idea. But you wouldn't know, would you? Maybe you have to set it up so that no one can sign twice and it's fixed and stuff like that. I don't know. It'd be great to know, wouldn't it?
It would be great to know. It's very difficult to put an exact figure on it, but it just would be encouraging to hear that number, you know, give or take.
I'm going to make myself a T-shirt, and it's going to say on it, I'm flat. And then anytime I see anyone else with a T-shirt that says, I'm flat, I'll know, hey, we're 2 at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. Why not?
Do you, obviously maybe not in Spain, but Flat Earth do you see lots of people wearing Flat Earth T-shirts in America?
No, I mean, I don't see much. And I'm always looking, you know, I've been to a few meetups. Alex, do you go to any Flat Earth meetups in Spain there?
No, I wish I did. As I said before, I don't integrate too much into, you know, society that much. One, because I don't really want to. I'm a private person. 2, you know, my Spanish isn't great to integrate. But I know there are meetups. I know Iru Landucci went to one in Spain. They're happening. I think they are happening in Spain, but they're not happening amongst the English-speaking community, I don't think.
Right.
Cool. Don't Spanish people talk fast?
Oh, yes, they do. Yeah.
Well, they know about the English speaking fast, but they don't. It's Spanish. Just I can't even repeat it. I just listened to Oliver Ludlow, and there's just no way I was ever going to understand one word.
No, it's tough. It's tough to learn any language.
Yeah, but Astral, when he speaks or you know, I hear anything, everybody's speaking quite slowly. But in Spain, they just
maybe if you're Spanish, you'd say the same about English people talking, because I've had foreign people around me that understand English, but they say they can't understand me because I talk too quickly. So I don't think I do, but maybe I do. Or maybe I'm not aware of it.
You don't talk fast.
Yeah, I've had people say, oh, you talk too quick. You know, it's the slang as well, the accent, but I'm sure it's the same in every language.
Well, yeah, you're right there. It is same in every language. When you get Spanish people listening to English, they'll say, you speak too fast. No. They say to me, you speak too fast. Man, what did you just say then? I'm like, what?
Slow down.
Yeah, I heard you on the phone. But what did you just say then? Yeah, and then we have this, obviously, this glottal stop, you know. And some people are like, what? How did you say that? I'm going to the shop, whatever, you know. They can't do it. It's one of these, you get the bottom with it, you can do it, or you're either a very good at it, or you know, you just, you can't do it. You understand what I'm saying, don't you? This glottal stop, when we say like up to, we don't say to the, we cut it off.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Yeah, I was on a holiday with these people, and they were like that. Going to restaurant, going to beach, going to bar, going to shop.
Karen, you can't do it. You see, that's what I'm saying. I can hear that you're like faking it. Where if I say I'm going to the shop, well, it's not fake because it's
no, that's what you thought.
But it's true what I'm saying, you know, and it's all part of language and regional dialect and what have you. It's funny that as well because when it comes to regional dialects, I'm relatively good at, you know, nailing where someone is from within a good few miles anyway, at least of where they're from, just by hearing. Ying.
Cool. Who just cut off then? Was that Flat Earth dude?
Yeah.
So, is it really hot in Spain right now then, like it is here?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here in the living room at the moment and underneath a fan going because, yeah, it's warm. It's, I don't know, 32 at the moment in the shade. If you go in the, if you put a thermometer in the direct sun, it's going to read about 45. Even riding on my moped, I've got just a vest on, and riding on the moped, you just have the hot wind hitting you as you're driving. So you can't even cool off on a moped. It's just, and we're not even in August yet. You wait to get to August. It's just, it's almost to the point where you can't do anything. In fact, there's a rule here in Spain that you cannot, if you're working in construction, you cannot work on site in August because it's too hot and it's too dangerous.
Did you say you're on a moped and you're on?
Sorry, Astral, you cut out there, man.
Sorry, yeah. I say, you said that you were on your moped and it's that hot that you're only wearing your vest.
Yeah.
Don't your knackers get burnt up and what have you? Your ankles.
Right. Let me rephrase. Vest and shorts. Vest, shorts and flip-flops and a crash helmet.
You're so funny, Astral. That's funny. Yeah, it's about the same temperature here.
Where are you?
32. I'm in Los Angeles, near Disneyland. California, man.
Yeah, nice. It's warm there at the moment, right?
Yeah, we expect it. But we got the beach like you, man. We just go down the beach and cool off.
Oh, good. It's you know what? It's only when you live near a beach you realise how wonderful those things are. I lived inland for years, but now that I've got the luxury of having one on my doorstep, oh man, I would always live in a coastal region, you know. But I think I'm going to stay here for the rest of my life because I love it. But having that beach is so good, eh?
Yeah, it's a dream come true, man. You know, when it's blazing hot, you just go out and get in the water and you get all that.
I know that Flat Earth dude does, but do you have your own swimming pools?
I do, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Karen.
Oh.
We're sorry. You can come over and swim in our pools anytime you want.
Thank you.
It comes standard with every villa you buy. If you're in Spain, if you haven't got a pool with your villa, there's something wrong.
It's like, uh-oh, who's buried in the pool?
Yeah.
Imagine that, with all the heat and everything, you both just go in and out of the swimming pool all day long.
Yep.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. And do you know what's really tough is when you have a lilo and you sit on a lilo and you've got one of those beer holders and you just...
yeah, your beer spills into the pool. That's sod's law, isn't it? When your beer spills into the pool, Alex.
That's alcohol abuse, man.
That is, yeah.
Alex, I have to say this, right? When I was younger, I went travelling. I was living in Israel, and like 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, 8 o'clock. Oh, no, we had to start earlier than that. 7 o'clock in the morning, actually. Just went out to work in shorts alone, bare chested, only shorts and boots. That was it. Because within 10 minutes, you were just too hot, you know. And this is like early in the morning, man.
Crazy.
Early in the morning, yeah.
Oh, that's tough. Forget that.
I was living in the desert, yeah. Well, I enjoyed it.
I have to water my cannabis plants 2 times a day. That's how hot it is.
Well,
so you're telling me, hang on a second, you're telling me you've got to get off your lilo in your pool to go find your plants and get the water and fill it with the next bucket full and fill the next one and water that one. You have to do that all twice a day, man.
I know. It's really hard work. It really is.
I ain't moving to bloody Spain.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't overdo it, Alex.
So I know the work schedule in Spain is a little different than the rest of the world. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes fairs and things don't start till like 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, do they? All the families go out in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's cool. The Spanish eat really late. They don't start eating until sort of 9, 10 o'clock, and they have the whole family with them. So they make a big deal. It's a lovely thing to see. I mean, I don't particularly like eating that late, but they'll have the kids, little young babies, little toddlers out till midnight and 1 o'clock. But the next day they only need enough energy to work the morning, and then they'll go home and have their siesta for a couple of hours and then work into the night. It's a strange system, but I can see why they do it, and I guess it's sort of around the heat as well.
Yeah, because it's just too hot in that midday sun.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a nice way to live. I've not got into having the siesta in the afternoon. I struggle trying to sleep at night as it is. Trying to sleep in the day would just be, I couldn't do it. I've just got too much energy. But yeah, it's a completely different working system. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's cool.
You're not on Costa del Sol, are you? You're in Costa Brava.
I'm in Costa Blanca.
Costa Blanca.
The White Coast.
The White Coast.
What's that? Is that near Barcelona then?
It is. No, it's 4 hours south of Barcelona. It's if you think Alicante Airport, probably about an hour and a half north of that.
How far are you from Cadiz? Is it Cadiz?
Cadiz.
Yeah.
Cadiz is south. No, I think that's south of. I'm not too sure. My geography on Spain is terrible. But if you think Alicante, northern Alicante, think of the province of Alicante, which is kind of if Spain was a clock, we'd be about 4 o'clock on there, sort of south.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Beautiful part of the world. It really is. I'm in love with this place. I would never move. I just love it.
So how did you find that place for you then? Did you go on holiday there?
Yeah, exactly that. Went on holiday. I looked at the missus and I said, I could really live here, couldn't you? She went, yeah. And we have an internet business, so we can be mobile like that. So we just thought, right, let's just bite the bullet. Let's just rent a place over there. And once we, put the deposit down, then we're committed. So we did that. We flew over to Spain, put a deposit down on a place we wanted to rent, and we were committed. And we've stayed ever since.
What, the same place?
No. We rented for the first sort of 18 months just to make sure that, this is where we ultimately wanted to be. And then when we realised how much we loved it here, we sold the place in England and bought a place here.
Wow. And like in Spain, is there like many English people, or is it not the same anymore, or is it just full of English people?
There's a lot of mixed cultures. There's a lot of Dutch here. There's a lot of Colombians here. There's a lot of English, a lot of Germans, all sort of multicultural, really.
What's your favourite town that you go to?
My favourite town?
What's your favourite beer?
My favourite beer? Well, funny enough, I'm actually off the beer at the moment. I'm trying to... Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult in Spain not to drink, because when that sunshine comes out and you want to sit around by the pool, beer is the first thing that pops into your head. But it's a slippery slope, that alcohol stuff, So I'm trying to be a good...
Heat and alcohol, you mean?
Yeah, drinking alcohol. Yeah, it can be a slippery slope, and one leads to another, Then I don't get that clarity anymore that I want in the studio, and I feel a bit foggy. I feel a bit tired as well. Beer can really make you tired in the sun, so you become unproductive. So I'm sort of on this new vegan kick, and I'm doing plant-based stuff and trying to go raw as well. And so I'm eating 80% raw at the moment, and now I'm doing that. I've got all the energy in the world. I'm not drinking, and I've stopped drinking coffee as well, and stopped eating bread. So I'm really drastically changing my habits, and it seems to be working.
Yeah, that's one major thing that I've noticed as well, the energy. It's like, man, you've just got shitloads of energy. Even though I'm moaning that I'm tired when I get home from work, but it's true. You have much more energy through eating like raw vegan. I agree. You know,
Yeah,
fruit and vegetables,
it's not just
man.
that. It's not just eating the raw vegan. It's not eating bread. It's not
Yeah.
drinking alcohol, because that brings your energy levels down as well. That's okay going vegan, but if you're going to drink alcohol and be a vegan, those two don't mix, I'm afraid.
I think also too much starch. You know, like the potatoes and rice. You know, I like to eat sweet potatoes because they're not as starchy. You know, rather than normal potato.
I'm very lucky. I have a wonderful wife sitting next to me here, who's just smiling at me now, who's learning such brilliant raw dishes and vegan cooking. So I just eat what she puts in front of me, and it happens to be vegan, mostly raw and delicious. So I'm very lucky.
Oh, is she proud of you, Alex?
Are you proud of me, darling? Yes, she's nodding away. She won't say anything. She's too shy, but she's very proud of me. Yeah.
Oh.
We only got married last year.
Did you? Oh.
Yes, we've only been married. We've been together.
Oh,
we've
thanks
together
for inviting us to the wedding, man. Thank you. I remember that.
I didn't know you then, man. I'm sorry.
You got married in Spain then?
Yeah, we got married at my villa.
Oh, nice one. Congratulations,
oh,
guys.
Nice.
Thank you. We've been together 12 years. We got married last year, and we only had the honeymoon about a month ago, didn't we, love? Yeah, so that was nice.
Well, it's nice that yeah, and you're living the life, aren't you?
Yeah, well, we're trying. You know, it's a bit of heaven that we've got here. I still have to do my business, so, you know, but I'm in control of that. You know, I don't just get up and jump in the pool, drink some beer, make a bit of music. There's a bit more to my life than that. Yeah, still have to do those things. But at the moment, yeah,
living in Spain.
Sorry, say again.
Is it because of the euro? Is it a bit more expensive living in Spain?
There are things that are more expensive, and then there are things that are cheaper. What do you think, love?
Well, with the drop in the euro, it's affected our business.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, because our business is UK based. Yeah, the exchange rate, the drop in the euro exchange rate, that does affect things financially a little bit for us. But you know, you can eat very cheaply. You can property is a bit cheaper. Yeah, our bills are a bit cheaper than in the UK. Do you think that? No, she says. Yeah, there's things that are more expensive, and there's things that are not. You kind of just, you know, you just melt into it really, and you just deal with what you got to deal with.
You know, you just said that your business is based from the UK.
Yeah.
Right. So you're being taxed on a UK, rate or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Have you not thought about, you know, I mean, if you was to do it to the Spanish, because the Spanish, their taxation is much lower, isn't it? Or even for that matter, Gibraltar, because Gibraltar is part of Britain. I don't know if you have to actually live there, but based in a business there could be like a beneficial.
Yeah,
Gibraltar is also a tax haven, isn't it? You know, so you know what I'm saying.
Well, Spain is definitely not a tax haven, but there are reasons why we can't do that. We've got a UK-based director, and it kind of gets a little bit complicated. So it has to be based in England for that reason. But yeah, it's complicated. But yeah, maybe one day. Who knows?
Okay. We've been going for 2.25 hours now. Do you want to talk for a bit longer, or do you think we've talked enough tonight?
Well, I'm on 10% battery, so I'm about to die anyway.
Do you think it's a good time to end now? I've really enjoyed today. It's a shame we lost Harry, but at least he was here, and yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah. Your shout, entirely up to you.
And thanks very much for joining us.
Yeah, that was
Alex.
great.
No problem. I'm going to say goodbye then, and really nice to meet you, Flat Earth dude. First time we spoke, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Thanks. Great meeting you too, Alex.
You know, guys. Sorry. You know, we can say goodbye offline, as Karen always says. So remain online, and we'll say goodbye offline, and then we can say goodbye to everyone else.
That sounds
here
good.
Online. Sounds good.
You're going to do the honors, Karen?
Yeah, thank you everybody in the chat room, everybody that's been there all evening and listening in. It was a nice hangout, and we're back on Thursday. So, and thank you so much to Harry, Aaron, Mark, to Astral, to Patricia, to Flat Earth Dude, and to Alex, Conspiracy Music Guru. So it's good night from us, good afternoon, good morning. Mwah, to everybody. See you Thursday.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Karen.